FTX, the billion-dollar betrayal, how Sam Bankman-Fried fooled the world. By the end of this story, you'll question everything you thought you knew about trust, genius, and crypto. The Crypto King. He didn't look like a billionaire. Not even close. Frizzy hair, worn-out t-shirt, cargo shorts, and a strange, awkward charm. But somehow, that was the point. While others flashed Lambos and gold watches, he played League of Legends during investor calls. And they still gave him millions. Then, billions. Because he wasn't just a founder, he was the genius. A math prodigy from MIT, a former Wall Street quant. He spoke in numbers. He moved fast. He said he didn't care about money, but he was building an empire, a company called FTX. The illusion of trust. FTX wasn't just a crypto exchange. It was the crypto exchange. Fast, slick, clean. Everything Binance wasn't. It had an app. It had ads. It had celebrities. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Larry David. Don't miss out on the next big thing. That was the message. And millions believed it. Because it looked legit. Because Sam sounded smart. Because the world wanted a new kind of hero. The web. But behind the screens, something darker was happening. Sam didn't just run FTX. He also ran Alameda Research, a trading firm, secretive, aggressive, and deeply intertwined with FTX. Too intertwined. Because when FTX customers deposited money, that money didn't just sit safely in an account. It moved quietly into Alameda. And Alameda started making big bets, risky ones, with borrowed money, with your money. But no one knew, because Sam had built a house of mirrors. The believers. Sam wasn't alone. He had evangelists. People saw him as a visionary, a savior of crypto, a future president. Yes, president. He donated over $100 million to political campaigns. Democrats, Republicans. It didn't matter. He called it effective altruism. Earn as much as you can so you can give it all away. But what if the money wasn't his to begin with? The red flags. There were signs, so many signs. FTX had no board of directors, no risk department, no outside oversight. Executives were roommates, living in a $40 million penthouse in the Bahamas, dating each other, trading billions based on feelings. There were Google Docs instead of ledgers, Slack messages instead of audits, and still, no one stopped it. Why? Because the numbers were going up. Because investors saw graphs, not governance. Because when things look good, no one asks questions. The collapse. November 2022. A single tweet started an earthquake. Binance CEO CZ announced they'd sell their FTT tokens. Panic followed. Withdrawals surged. FTX froze. And then it broke. $8 billion gone. Customer funds vanished. People lost their life savings. The entire funds collapsed. And the crypto world shattered. The hero, now a villain. The genius, now under arrest. Courtroom. Sam said he was sorry. Said he didn't mean to hurt anyone. Said he just messed up. But the facts told a different story. Private messages showed lies. Balance sheets showed manipulation. And witnesses, former friends, turned on him. Caroline Ellison, his ex, the CEO of Alameda, she pleaded guilty. So did others. They painted a picture of deception, of arrogance, of fraud. Sam was convicted of 7 criminal charges. He faces over 100 years in prison. The fallout, FTX, was more than a company. It was a symbol of the crypto boom, of unchecked ambition, of belief without proof. It wasn't just a fall. It was a reckoning for regulators, for investors, for anyone who thought crypto was bulletproof. Sam wasn't the only problem, but he was the loudest. And now, he's the warning. The lesson. FTX wasn't just a collapse. It was a cautionary tale about charisma, about hype, about how genius can blind us. Sam didn't just move money. He moved trust. He sold the world a future and banked on belief. He used complexity as a shield, buzzwords as a disguise, and optimism as a trap. Because when things are too good to be true, they usually are. In the end, the biggest red flag wasn't the spreadsheets, it was the silence of people who saw the cracks and stayed quiet, because they were getting rich until they weren't. Final words. Trust is fragile. And in the world of finance, it's everything. FTX didn't fail because of crypto. It failed because of people. People who lied. People who believed. And people who looked the other way. So next time someone says, don't miss out, ask yourself one thing. Who benefits if you believe them? What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments.